I probably would describe it as claymation if the exaggerated movements and changing form of shapes weren't inspired by Thinking Putty, but it is and I have to. Good meow, everynyan! Today we'll be looking at Pingu. Pingu is a cute little stop-motion claymated cartoon about a young kid penguin and his adventures in Antarctica. Doot 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 doot. Pingu is distributed by Hit Entertainment that owns other little kids shows such as... do I have to? Okay, fine. Barney, Bob the Builder, and some other little kids shows, and let me just say that Bob got redesigned. Leave a comment about it. Next! The cartoon was written by Silvio Mazzola, created by Omar Gunman, and produced by Trick Film Studio and the Pygos Group. Now let's move on to the characters. There's the main character Pingu, that's German for penguin. He is curious, well-behaved, and also a little troublemaker sometimes. And strong-spirited for a young kid penguin. Just wow. If he's either excited, angry, or wants attention, he will make his adorable, beloved little penguin noise and morph his beak into a megaphone. Everyone stay with me. I know this sounds complicated, but that's the logic of the show. Pinga is Pingu's baby sister, literally his baby sister. Very playful but sensitive, and sometimes hangs out with Pingu. There's the average mommy and daddy characters with self-explanatory personalities, which would be the reason behind them having no names. Pingu! No, you're not Pingu. This is Pingu. I think I'll end the character introduction with Robbie, Pingu's friend who is a young seal pup. He first appeared as Pingu's supposed enemy, but then quickly befriended him in an episode where they first met. Wow, that must prove his very strong spirit. Each episode has a story of its own, but several of the episodes in the beginning of the series are sorta interconnected to each other. For example, there's an episode of Pingu helping with incubation, and then there is an episode where his little sister is born. The episodes are hit and sorta miss, but there's more hit than miss, thankfully. The reason why they almost miss is because of the cliché storylines, but the animation and cuteness factor make up for them. There's the trying out new things cliché, there's the responsibility cliché, there's the notice me senpai cliché. I'm supposing the one episode that everyone probably expected me to highlight is the Pingu's Dream episode. I don't really see what's so scary about this episode. I mean, I guess the size of the sea. Whoa, okay. You could go ahead and say which one is your favorite, but mine is the one where Pingu bakes bread, mainly because baking is an occasional side hobby for me and I love doing it. Going back to animation, this series really brought its A game. As a matter of fact, it's an A+. Of course, that doesn't go without mentioning the way that these characters bend and stretch. It's nothing like Chicken Run or Wallace and Gromit. It goes far beyond that. Like seriously, look at this. It's like some of these penguins are part-time circus acts or something. One thing that makes this cartoon and even Pingu himself iconic is the dialogue, if any at all, which of course there is. It's a combination of some form of improvised penguin language, and another language which is a clown language called Gramalot. I think the penguin language is the origin of the newts. All voices are done by Carlo Bonomi. So, what else is there to mention about Pingu? I mean, we went over the settings, the characters, creators...
Memes!
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah, Pingu actually became an internet meme. Just do an image search on Google and look for Pingu remixes. Also, there's a YouTube poop of Pingu.
Well, I know it's a meme, but it's hard to believe that it even became one considering that it only got such a small response, or even got a response at all. I still consider this a hidden gem of animation, though. I think I'll touch up on one more thing before I go. One little piece of trivia. Apparently they tried to keep this show going for 6 seasons and a 25-minute special episode. And by the 5th season, they had a change in the intro and the voice actor. And all I have to say is that the intro became so toyetic. Not even toyetic in a good way. And the newts became so uncute. The animation was still good, I guess. It's just that I had to skip some parts of the episode, and I just couldn't bring myself to watch the rest. But other than all of that, Pingu has a premise and concept that may not seem all that great, which would be a penguin having Antarctic adventures. But the execution is always better. It's like seeing a movie that's better than the book, which is something that is quite uncommon, because the book is always better. I think that the ending point that they made in the cartoon was well deserving of a rest for Pingu. At least you have your memes on the web. Ciao for meow!